Okay, Tony, your box has arrived. So we're going to get you opened up here and have a look at what we've got. Okay. All right. So watch number one, packet number one. It's always fun. It's always like Christmas morning. Alright. So this one is your 6105. Alright. So put that aside. And this should be a 6309, I assume. Turtle. Okay, levels and levels of goodness here. Let's zoom down just a touch. All right. Okay, Senor Willard. All right. Okay, clean hands. Okay. All right, so let's see. You got some questions about this one in terms of originality, etc., etc. What to do about it? Cosmetically, I wouldn't touch it. I think it's beautiful. Perhaps this, to me, is the most beautiful watch Seiko ever made. And this one is a great example. It looks perfect. We'll take a closer look. All right. And we'll run the numbers on it. We'll make sure it's either needs to be done or it has been done at some point. We'll get in there. We'll take a look. Another great diver from Seiko. All right. Now let's see what you got here. Thank you for the notes. All right. So, what are we gonna say here? Let's see. Okay. Okay. Okay, cool. So, great stuff. Thank you very much for all of the nice documentation here on everything. All right, well, let's dig in. Let's see what we've got. What to do. All right, they both look really nice. Great looking watches. Let's go with the Willard first. Let's take a close look at your 6105. All right, let me get a little bit more situated here so that I can see what I'm doing. Okay. Good. Okay, so let's look closely. This is a 1972 6105 8110. Looks really nice. This is a great looking watch. Let's see. So, where are we here? Well, we have a really nice cosmetic watch. This is just super clean. Your bezel insert is just about perfect. Dial looks great. Hands, of course, you've got a very slight amount of darkening on your hour hand here, but it's consistent. I mean, everything is very consistent within the watch in terms of condition. I wouldn't actually touch anything. If it were me, if it were my watch, I would leave it alone cosmetically. I think it presents exactly as one of these should. That's my advice, and I always take the most conservative route. In a sense, it's only original once. I would never remove lume from a watch that looks this good. I would never, overdo it in terms of trying to get it to look perfect. They look great to me. Now it's your watch, of course you can, but with my opinion is you've got a good crystal. This is a Spencer Klein crystal. You've got amazing case lines. The brushing and all of the condition here is perfect. Got a very good case back. You got one little mar here, which is nothing. A couple little scrapes and dings, but it's what, a 50-year-old watch? I mean, this is a 49-year-old watch that is stunning. You need new seals, you need some gaskets and things, but those are consumable. Those are things that are expected to be replaced. This is a little loose simply because you just need a new bezel gasket. Let's check the numbers. Let's see how we're doing. Let's see what's going on with the watch. As a timepiece, we have to get in order to do that, and that may take a little effort here. I'm gonna have to take the case back off. Okay, give me a sec. Okay, we're back. Let's just take a look, see what we got. So let's open this one together. What do we got back here? Okay, so evidence of service, UTMOH7119. So it looks to me like UTMOH serviced this watch in 2019. So chances are good it's going to run pretty well. If it's been serviced by somebody who's reputable, that's always a good place to start. Your arbor port is pretty good. It's not so floppy, so that's always good. Of course, it's always up to the owner. I don't ever want to force anybody. You've got your original mainspring in there, that's for sure. I can feel the usually with replacement mainsprings, I have a different kind of bridle that engages quite differently than the original Seiko. So you can feel that bridle start to engage on the barrel. Looks very healthy. It looks very clean. This is the right movement, 6105B. And, it's had a couple little scrapes and dings here in the inside, but it's pretty. It's a good movement. You got the chamfered edges. Looks very clean. I don't see any reason why this watch shouldn't run just fine. So we'll actually put it on the time grapher and have a look. Now, what I don't know is if they rebuilt your crown. So that is always a question with these watches. Your seal is new. You got a proper seal in the back, so that's always a good sign. They knew what they were doing there. They didn't replace the bezel seal, so that's one thing. It's not a red flag necessarily, but it is, you know, your case wasn't fully gone into, and that may tell me a story about your, yeah, that's not gripping at all. So that loose means this crown needs to be resealed, which I can do, but it certainly hasn't been done. So let me put it to you that way. It needs to be done if this watch is going to be at least resistant to atmospheric moisture. Sorry, I just want to make sure everything was properly held down. Yeah. Another way we can kind of tell. Boy, that does move quite a bit. You may not have your spring. I didn't even look. So one of the things that you got to be a little bit careful with service is whether or not somebody nicked your spring. You do not have a spring. Okay, so this spring is missing. You need a spring. That's not a big deal. That's, you know, a few dollar part. But you definitely need this ring needs a spring on it. I have them, so I can replace it. So that's not a problem. We'll do that as part of our overview. But let's see how it's running. Because if it's running okay, I say leave it alone. I'm always resistant for some reason to take people's money. Especially if their watches are actually working just fine. So let's take a look. You know, I mean, we know we're going to service the turtle, so let's just be honest. Let's take a look at what you got. If it's totally wacky, no, it's not. All right, that's good. Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Okay, Tony, so here's where we are. You know, it just needs an adjustment. This watch is running as good as these run. Near 248. This is a good running watch. Whoever serviced this knew what they were doing. They may not have jewel jarbor ports, but you know what? If it starts to run poorly, and it's not, if it starts to run badly at any point, then we'll do that. But frankly, you know, wear it, enjoy it. You know, it's a good watch, and it's running fine. I can adjust as we do things. It'll just be, you know, a little bit of time to get things right, to get it adjusted. But overall, you got a good watch here. This is a great one. I would suggest we do the crown and do your bezel gasket and leave it alone. All right, we'll come back. Okay, so next up is your 6309 7040, and this one is from 81. Yep, so January 1981. Japan made, Suwa. So this has really good resist text. You know, your hands are clean. This is a great watch. Let me take a close look. There's a little bit of weirdness on the end of your. No, I think that's okay. I have to get in there and look closely to see if anything's been reloomed. You've got a very interesting end of your minute hand here. It's almost as though the loom has come over the edge. But it could just be. I have to take a look. Anyway, I think it's okay. Good clicks, good bezel. Let's see what you got. Let's see if we can get it open. That's the first thing. But overall, I mean, you had mentioned something about one of the wheels here, date wheels. Fix the date wheel. So let's see. Let's look at it. Let's look at your date wheel and see what it's doing. Oh, I think again you may not have a spring in this one. So okay, so you got. Let's go here, so everybody can see what we're doing. Okay, one click out. Okay, English Roman. for the day. Aha. Okay. So that is a problem. Interesting. Does it just... Let's turn it over manually. So that's not the wheel. That's generally a problem with the setting lever that has the gears on it that interact with your date ring, which isn't turning anything. Interesting. Huh. What is happening here? Nothing. So you're either missing or you have a destroyed set of internal, now they're plastic parts, so you have to be a little careful with these 6309. Sometimes that plastic can get a little funky, but we'll take a look. So that's clearly something, it's a service item. If we get into it and service it, which I think you want to do, that's something we'll have to address. Yeah, so that could be a couple small parts, but I don't foresee that being a big issue. All right, let's get the case back off. I'll be right back. All right, so here we are, back again. All right, so we are going to open this one together. Let's get this off. Okay, so this looks like it's been serviced a number of times. There are quite a few scratches in the back here. Don't know. 81. I don't know. 81, 87, 2000 maybe. I don't know. Whole bunch of stuff. So, a watch that has been cared for in the past. That's the way I look at that. Yeah, so not a watch that's seen any water. It looks, ooh, definitely a dent in your barrel. That's weird. So, look at that. You got a bit of a divot. Oh yeah. Yeah, this one has been on a wrist for a while. It definitely has a blown out arbor jewel. Okay, so I'm expecting this one will definitely need a service regardless of what we find inside in terms of performance. It's certainly been, at least in terms of the last readable mark in the back of the case, at least 21 years. So we'll see. All right, let's put it on the time grapher here and we'll take a look. Let's take a look. Be right back. Okay, Tony. Here are your numbers on this one. It's a watch that needs service. These numbers are low. As you noticed from the Willard, that was up in the 250s plus. That was where we really sort of see peak performance. This one, of course, needs a bit of work, and it shows. It just needs to be, taken down, lubricated, have the arbor ports done, and get the watch serviced. So, it's what we expect for a watch that needs to be serviced. Now, the nice thing is that these lines are nice and straight. They're not in beat, but the fact that they're not snow and not wiggly and awful, that's good. That's what we want to see. We can adjust everything, to get it right, but it's really about the amplitude that we're after. Okay, we'll come back. Okay, so I think what we would like to do is clear here. We need some gaskets in this one. We need to rebuild your crown, but otherwise I would leave it alone. It's a nice, original, beautiful watch. It shows its age perfectly. It's running well. I would leave it alone. This one, good. We'll do a couple things. That'll be part of the process. This watch, it has some troubles under the dial, which I suspect are minor. And honestly, I have the parts, and so we should be able to get that taken care of fairly easily. The only other question I have on the 6309 is, do you need a crystal? I don't think so. It's up to you, of course. If this is going to be your daily wear watch, it's got some marks and a couple nicks and things, but do you really want to change that? I don't know. You tell me. I have them in stock. If you want a new crystal, we can put them on. Hands, dial, insert, case, beautiful. It's fantastic. This is great. I wouldn't change anything. We can get some of the haze off of things, but otherwise, leave it as it is. It's a really beautiful watch. It shows very well. Once we get everything else straightened out with the date and the the movement, it'll be fantastic. So that's my suggestion, and my recommendation is let's get to it, and we'll get your 6309 built out. We'll leave your 6105 alone for now. If it starts acting weird on you, always, of course, reach out. But we'll get some seals and get some things rebuilt, and you'll be good to go. All right, Tony. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching.